Okay, let's work on this little design for a shelf. It's actually a cabinet for artistic display and maybe some bonsai. So it's about 14 feet long. We've got the bones of it put together, so I'm just going to work through and you can see my process flow as I do that. Let's just check our perspective view. These are drawers. It's pretty experienced, my guys, so I don't need to detail every little thing for them anymore. They know what to do once I give them their dimensions. It's awesome. Okay, perfect. So let's have a look at these scenes because we're going to move this into layout. So that's a simple plan view, and that needs to be set up in parallel so that we can get good dimensions in layout. There we go, and then we'll bring that all squared in like that. And we will update that scene so it's clean. So that's perfect. Now I'm not smart enough on LOOM to do a multi-screen setup, so I'll just drag the layout file over. And in a future video I'm going to show you how we do this setup, but for now we'll assume we just got it. We'll zoom to page so we can see it. Here we go. Looks good. So we're going to bring this SketchUp file in here. So I like to do it this way, where I run from layout and then I just insert the file that I'm after. It seems to work good, so we're just going to grab that. And here we are. So it's the bonsai. There. Bring it in. It's thinking, and probably because I have too many open windows. Okay, here we go. So it's brought in this scene. Okay, so let's have a look at this model. Here we go. So I'm going to select a scale that fits on this paper, which is set to be 11 by 17. And it's a pretty long model, so just playing around quickly to see what's a good scale. Maybe a 1 inch will fill the page pretty good. Oops, other way around. I'll try that. That's right, I want it to be right. Yep, so that's almost too big. A little bit of, yeah, seems like that's going to work good. I make sure that we set to preserve the scale so that we don't upset that when we're just playing around with our viewport window. There we go. These could be left full size. I don't know, it's just a habit I have of trimming these windows back. And it's useful if we have layers that are overlapping. Okay, so in this case I think this front view is going to be on the top of our page. Oh, something we should do is just update this. So this is the title block. I have a text expander snippet that pops a date in for me. There we go. So then I'll take, so this scene is in the, like grab the layers here. This is in the plan viewport, which is a great spot for it. And full credit to Nick Sonders for showing us how to do some of these things in such an efficient way in layout. So now I've just copied this viewport, and there it is, moved down. And so now I can, working on this viewport, change the scene that I want. So in this case, I'm going to show the plan view. There it is. issue is going to be that's a real linear plan, so we just have to rearrange things on the page a little bit. I think we'll be fine. So what's going to, I think, fit best, I'll just move this one over to the right. So this one. Now I just want to verify that it's coming at the same scale, so 3/4 inch scale, so that's good, like that. So now let's get the whole thing here. And here, that should pretty much fit it. Software is going a bit slow because I think LOOM is hogging some of my computing power. This is true, almost years old. I can't believe it. Apple product can be really reliable. Although now we're getting to a few operating system issues from time to time. Okay, so this 14-foot long display shelf is pretty long, so we'll just nudge it up to the top and then see if we can expose the entire length of it. I do want that to show nice and clean. So here we go. Hopefully that gets us right to the bottom. Wow, that's amazing. Alternately, I could rotate this, so I'm just considering that. So that maybe might be a smarter plan. I think we're going to be just too big. Well, this does happen. So let's just move back to the SketchUp file for a second. Here we go. Back to this. So we're just going to change that camera position. Bring that where we want it. That's better. So update that scene. And now occurs to me that I might already have that. No, I don't. Okay, fair enough. Make sure the camera is for parallel, and it is, so that's great. Perfect. Okay, so we'll just save this. And now if we just cruise back to layout, here we go. Yeah. We can update this model reference right there. And it should rotate, and we'll just have to resize or relocate it on the page once that rotation happens. And normally this is instantaneous, but again, I think that LOOM is hogging quite a bit of my bandwidth. This looks tight. Just gone back to SketchUp, and this looks tight. Just make sure the update is captured. Make sure it's saved. Apologies, this is normally a 10-second operation, but not today. Okay, let's select this again. Update model reference. Helps if we get to the right scene. There we go. Okay. Perfect. That's what we want right there. Great. So now we just have to reorganize this a quick little bit. Get it to be the full size. Perfect. Bring it across. That's great. Sorry, I'm just playing around. I suddenly thought I could also just rotate the viewport 1 degree or so, as I see it's slightly out of alignment. So maybe the 5 should get me there. Great. So now for the guys in the shop, I just need to provide a couple notes and dimensions, and we'll have this done. So we know that our model is in at a 3/4 inch scale, so we'll make sure our dimension lines are running the same way. And then we can basically just put them in there, get to where we want. And we want to be sure that these go in on the dimension layer. It's good to be fussy about these layers, I find, and then you know where you're at. And if you're ever in a situation where you have to select everything on one layer, you can do that with a click. There we go. I'm just going to enhance my view a bit, zoom to page, give me a little more size, that's better. Maybe a little more here, sometimes getting in close can help. Now in this case it's pretty easy for the guys because this is a molding detail that we do often. We have an actual model of it in the shop, so I don't need to super stress about it. I want to enhance my precision. When I'm doing a really fast model for something that is going to be almost templated out, I don't have to really agonize, but if I'm drawing something that's really brand new, I'll enhance that precision right up to the max, just to make sure I've got it. But as I say, this is an easy one. Likewise, these pilaster pieces, they are a pre-existing template in the shop already, so pretty easy. You guys do not need to make these because we've got them already set up. But I do want to clarify some height issues. Why this is important, it relates to an existing piece within the same space. We want to be sure we have the same height. And we do. There we go. Just like that. If layout snaps in pretty nicely now like this, it didn't always used to be the case, but now that looks fairly good. And then what's happening here is Same size. Right there. And I apologize for the slightly jerky response. The software is not doing this. LOOM is doing this. Bad LOOM. You suck away too much bandwidth. There we go. For my guys, that's going to give them the idea. This vertical pilaster is important for size because it matches some other elements in the same space. And these drawers, they will simply divide them up into the available space. So that's great. And there you have it, a very quick sketch for the shop. The only thing I don't have on here is a little section. And that's going to be important because we're doing a recessed top to allow for Japanese style raked gravel to go in there. So the actual inner top is recessed as a result. And I think we do have a section available in SketchUp, so I'm going to incorporate that and get it off to the shop. Thanks for watching, and we'll try to put a link to our blog so you can see the progress of construction on this one.